teams had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. On the return, Andy Isabella. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
On second down, Connor looking for space. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Throwing now is Murray. And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now a man who punted for the Browns in 2015, Andy Lee, on to kick it away as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Fielded at about the 28. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Now here come the Browns again at Charles, Cleveland in 2020. A bit of a revenge tour, I guess you could call it. You think about their 11-5 season. They go to the playoffs for the first time since 2002. They defeat the Steelers of all teams in the wild card for their first playoff win since '94. And now you're really starting to sense that momentum picking up in Cleveland.
Without a doubt, and this roster got better in the offseason, both through free agency and the draft. So when we look at them and people are wondering, are they going to take a step back? Remember, they finished 3rd in their division last year and made the playoffs. They've got a chance to actually win it this year. Love what they're doing on offense with Baker Mayfield, Nick Chubb running the football, being able to throw it out wide. But the defense got better. Myles Garrett, a full season out of him, he could be an MVP candidate rushing the quarterback.
And week 1, well, the schedule makers did him no favors. They go to Kansas City. The fans will be back. The bottled waters will be flowing. Should be a tough atmosphere. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Mayfield. Swings this out for Hunt. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets them a new set of downs. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
They'll run with Hunt on second down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. Mayfield to throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. And now it's second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10. To throw, Mayfield. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free. NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, when it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
Well, the Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Throwing again on second down. Murray. Again, he finds Moore. Murray to Moore. First down, Arizona. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On first and 10, here's Murray. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Following the interception, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that nearly intercepted. Oh, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's second down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on second and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Excellent pick there by Buda Baker. And I remember when teams were preparing for him primarily as one of the better special teamers in the league. An all-pro as a rookie in that spot. He's grown into being one of the best safeties in the NFL. In 2020, named all-pro again, this time as a member of the secondary.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted.
Picked off by Anthony Walker. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Browns going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with great starting field position up near the 50, they might be one completion away from stealing a late field goal here.
He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Buda Baker with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And this is going to be a Cardinals first down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37.
So we're at halftime here on a Monday night. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Oh, due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter.
First things first, let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for the Browns. And there's not much to speak of in terms of passing efficiency. But in a tie game, they know a few tweaks could make a big difference going forward.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
The Browns offense getting set to go to work here to start the third. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Corey Peters there to bring him down. On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
And unfortunately, in 2020, Odell Beckham tore his ACL in Week 7. The Browns still made the playoffs. But, boy, if they had him around, you're thinking about a much deeper run. A good grab there.
Mayfield able to get this one to his tight end, Njoku. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory.
68 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
On 2nd down now, it's Hunt. And some space here. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb his second touchdown of the night, and the Browns have taken the lead.
Hard to argue with that being their best drive of the game so far as they use the running game to get them into the end zone.
Couldn't agree more, partner. Prior to that drive, they sputtered a little bit, but it looks like they found the formula. I would expect them to go back to that more and more as this game develops.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. On the return, Isabella. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half.
And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception. Really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Murray now on first down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The tight end, Max Williams, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, CD, something that we've done for a number of years as the season gets going is we get predictions on each side. Let's start with the AFC. Who do you have in 2021 as your division winners?
Well, let's go to the East, and I think Buffalo repeats, although New England, they got better in the offseason, and despite starting a rookie quarterback in Mac Jones, I think they'll make a nice run at the Buffalo Bills this year. In the North, what a battle you have there. 3-way. Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Baltimore. I like Baltimore to still win the division, but Cleveland will be right there, and Pittsburgh will make a run at the playoffs. In the South, I think it's Tennessee's division to lose. Indianapolis had a number of injuries in the offseason, and Jacksonville and Houston, they're trying to get there. And then out west, it's still Kansas City. But I love what the Los Angeles Chargers have done in the offseason.
All right, CD, and then if you had to pick, who do you have winning the AFC?
Well, I'm going to go against type here, Brandon, because teams aren't supposed to sustain as long as the Kansas City Chiefs have. But despite a retooled offensive line, I do think that they get back there again. What happened to them in the Super Bowl against Tampa Bay, that serves as great motivation. They want to get back and atone themselves.
Now Murray again.
He'll get this underneath to Edmonds.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Max Williams there to make the grab. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the third quarter.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Prater for the extra point. And that will tie our game here in the third. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
From the end zone, it's Dearness Johnson. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 21.
They'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb.
And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee?
Jedrick Wills, former first-round pick, guilty there. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Throwing on second and long. Mayfield.
It's caught by OBJ. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. They go play action. Mayfield.
He spots Landry, who makes a really nice catch.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards that time. A give. This is Chubb. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
94 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
For Nick Chubb. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Comes to Chubb.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
The gun, they run it with Hunt.
Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
Mayfield. Quickly into the hands of Beckham. And the Browns are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.